for their people that show them as Chinese territory.
And
So,
so when you see that, what does that kind of like say to you when you look at that? When you look at all that going on?
oh, it's one of those where the U.S. we need to not back down like Obama did. Surprise, but um, and for it shows the world all the more the expansionist nature of China. Let's not forget they've been in Tibet for a while now, and most of the world has given up trying to say it's not part of China. And now China is trying to rewrite the borderlines again, this time without invading, because they've realized that's frowned upon by the general establishment of the UN. But if they can do it without people getting up in their face about it, they're going to slowly take over places that are definitely parts of other countries. And in some cases, in the case with the Japanese islands, there's a possibility that there's oil around those, whereas the ones with the Philippines, especially, they're major fishing areas for the Philippines. And so if China claims them, they deny the Philippines that food and take it for themselves. So it's definite resources that the other countries, in some cases, need or could definitely get great benefit from. And China could definitely get benefit from them too, but it's simple. They're trying to play finders keepers, not what's legal.
And so when you see that, I mean, what do you think the solution? What do you think the solution is?
You just have to keep reminding China it's not theirs, because I mean, I, I don't know if there's an actual solution because China keeps pushing it. Are we really willing? It's could hopefully doesn't, but it could end up in a question of is Japan, the Philippines, etc., willing to fight over it? However, the one thing working towards that is there has been talks between like Japan, the Philippines, and even Taiwan, South Korea, and Indonesia, who also try to claim these islands themselves, that the countries and other countries might sign a defense alliance against China. That if China actually tried taking any of these islands, all five of the and other countries, possibly India, would do something about it. Which is another, if you study of history, is another worrisome thing. I mean, World War One was just a series of alliances, and if Japan and South Korea and the Philippines end up at war with China, it's not long until Americans are involved too. Because I mean, how much of South Korea and Japan, parts of Japan and the Philippines are U.S. bases, and there also are allies. So if they are attacked, it's you know by what we've agreed to, it's our duty to defend them. So it's a big concern that most Americans aren't paying attention to. They need to because that's and they actually Tom Clancy had a book about it where the U.S. and China ended up at war over these islands, and it's here we are
The bear
fighting.
and the dragon, or yeah, the bear and the dragon that actually involved Russia as well.
Yes, and that was where the Bear and the Dragons, where China invaded Russia because they found a lot of gold and oil in
Yeah.
Siberia. China invades there, and the U.S. and Russia make an agreement where the U.S. comes out of nowhere and just annihilates a Chinese army, which is a nice little
It's a
picture.
good book, by the way.
Oh yeah,
It should be read. It's
no,
an
I
excellent book.
have that one. I was actually looking on my shelves trying to find it. I'm Yeah, I moved last week, so my books are still semi unpacked because I don't have the bookshelf for all of them. I really need to build another one. But
I still
yeah,
have several in boxes that I have to unpack.
oh yeah, I've got about half my books in bookshelves. That's actually impressive. But I definitely need another bookshelf that I need to build. So yes, Dad, if you're listening, I need to use your saws. Yeah. No, my dad has all the saws you could ever want and tools, etc. But yeah, so I just all my shelves that he didn't build or my grandpa didn't build are ones I went to Home Depot, got the wood, went to my dad's, and used the saws to build them.
Oh, see, there you go.
And they're custom. Mine are designed like I built a DVD case to the exact dimensions I wanted. I mean, I've got yeah, kind of like that. The only furniture I have that's not built by my dad or my grandfather or I is my gaming chairs, and they're just too awesome. Kid, you not want these little rockers. But the big news this weekend, movie wise, was one of my favorite things as well, Lego Movie. Last I heard, it was over 70 million for this weekend.
I almost want to see that.
I almost went to see it yesterday. I got Facebook invite from a friend to go for it. I could have done it before work. Then they changed the time so other people could go, so I couldn't go because it was during work then. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of the kid in me that definitely is like Lego Movie. That's awesome.
I'm
Screw all.
honestly surprised they're just now getting to it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's I don't know. Part of it maybe they just took this long to come up with a plot, but
Possible, but it's also just like, okay, if they can do all maybe what they wanted to do was they wanted to make sure that they had the right technology. Because when you
that
think
too.
about it, yeah, you could say, well, didn't they have it with all the games that they did? Well, yeah, but you can't always do games, or you can't always do movies based on games. You
Yes.
got to make sure that you can have it for an extended period. But I've thought about going and see. I don't know if I will. I'm actually more interested in the new RoboCop.
Yes. That looks like it could be good. However, just the Lego movie, I just want to, I didn't realize this till a couple days ago. All the stars that are in this, Anthony Daniels, the voice of C3PO, plays C3PO's voice in this. Will Ferrell plays three different characters in it. I'm skipping through a lot, but Morgan Freeman's in it. Jonah Hill is the Green Lantern in it.
Morgan Freeman's in everything.
Yes, that's true. Liam Neeson in it is three three characters in it. Shaquille O'Neal plays Shaq. Go figure. Kobe Smulders plays Wonder Woman. Which why isn't she Wonder Woman? But
Who?
Channing Tatum, Kobe Smulders. Okay, we're gonna have to go back to that real quick. But yeah, Channing Tatum is Superman, and Billy D. Williams playing Lando Calrissian. I mean, that's alone awesomeness. But who else could play Lando Calrissian? Seriously. And there's a lot of other people in this that I recognize, but that was just the highlights. But yeah, okay, Kobe Smulders. She is mostly from How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
She plays Robin on there, but she also plays Maria Hill in the Avengers and
Ah, okay. I know who you're
Shield
talking
and
about.
Captain America. And yes, yeah, she was like kind of his. Um, Coulson was kind of the right hand man. She was kind of like in charge of the airship, it
Right.
seemed.
I know my Avengers history.
Yeah, yeah. She's been in a few other movies as well. But yeah, I'm like, she's Wonder Woman. I'm like, she looks the part a lot more than the one they cast for Wonder Woman.
The Israeli. I have no problem with who they cast. I
She's
think
like
she'll be fine.
tiny though. Well, I don't know, but yeah, no. So I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of people voices in Lego Movie. I'm like, they kind of did well in that too, but who wouldn't want to play in Lego Movie?
True.
I mean, I definitely would have if they'd asked me. But no, that didn't happen. Lego nor Warner Brothers contacted me about being part of the movie.
Mm.
Sad face. But yeah, so you're excited about the RoboCop movie?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It looks interesting enough. It definitely has a good cast.
Okay, you'll know more about it. So is this closer to like the comics or
Oh, the movie always came first. RoboCop
okay.
the movie always came first. I'm not sure how different this is going to be from the new one versus the old one. But let's be honest. There are obviously going to be differences. I mean, the suit's difference.
Yeah, I've heard the big difference is it's a PG-13 instead of an R. And that I've seen a lot of people unhappy with that.
These days, though, PG-13 versus PG-13 in our age, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it's probably an R.
Yeah.
But I do like that they're discussing drones in this, obviously.
Oh yeah. All the more so, yeah. And speaking of people that are in every movie, Samuel L. Jackson is in it.
Gary Oldman.
Yes. Oh, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, before we run out of time, movie trailers during the Super Bowl. Transformers,
Cap.
Dinobots are in.
Cap.
Yes, Captain America.
Which I'm really looking forward to.
And did you see the 4-minute Spider-Man trailer? They only had the 30-second on the Super Bowl, but they also released the 4-minute.
I don't care about that film.
That looks pretty good.
I don't care about that film. No, seriously, I don't. I think that what Sony did was they overreacted to a mediocre Spider-Man 3, which could have been a lot better. But they overreacted to a mediocre Spider-Man 3. They just said, fine, we're rebooting it all. And they tried to make it Batman Begins. And you can only Batman Begins is Batman Begins. That's the point that people have to remember. But nobody does.
Yeah. I did think it was funny. I was rewatching Doctor Who episodes, and I realized that the new Amazing Spider-Man played by Andrew Garfield was in 2 episodes of Doctor Who.
Ah.
So that kind of was like, oh, different connection I hadn't made before. But yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just not interested in these new films.
yeah. I don't know. I was disappointed by the Captain America trailer, honestly, because it didn't show anything. Really. It was 30 seconds of,
Watch the 2-minute one.
yeah. Well, again, yeah, but it was just like, I kind of get an actual trailer. Yeah. 30-second trailers are just not enough, except the Transformers one, just because it showed Dinobots and that made it all the more exciting.
Yeah.
And that Shia LaBeouf's gone. So,
I'm trying to figure out if they're going to have I'm trying to figure out who the bad guys are. I mean, yeah, the Decepticons. But who are they going to be led by?
that's what I'm looking real quick. And
It
they
doesn't
are
say.
keeping that
Yeah.
quiet. They're actually doing a really good job keeping that quiet, considering that comes out in on June 27th, and no one knows yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is kind of interesting, but yeah, Mark Wahlberg's taking the main character, like a new main character, and what? Got various other people, like Kelsey Grammer's in it. That's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Like, speaking of good, strong Republicans in Hollywood, but yeah, no, that one. I've liked all 3, despite Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox's presence. But I'm definitely looking forward to the Dinobots. Yeah.